wonderful.
Wonderful, amazing, just simply incredible host, Rich. And
Shelley Marie.
here we are back again to inspire you, make you laugh, make you think, all that good kind of stuff. You know, this is 2026.
Amen. We made it.
We
We
here.
all made it.
We here. And we got those resolutions already happening. You know, we're going to give you a few more things to think about this year, which can really, really help you. I was doing some looking on the internet, and it was saying that, you know, one of the things that people are struggling with these days is this myriad of information out there and what to believe, what not to believe. And so we're going to get a little bit into
all of it. We're going to trust but verify.
Ooh,
Yes.
Trust but verify.
I love it because we always talk about, you know, detoxing your body and spiritual cleansing, emotional downloads, da 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 da. But we very rarely, and I say we, I mean y'all too, us, we very rarely talk about detoxing your mind. So we about to dive into it right now. As far as, you know, the first thing when you get up and you pick up your phone, you start scrolling and you know, before you start consuming even food or liquids, we consume the thoughts and the things that we're reading or seeing. And there's just been a huge uproar in data. Like, and we don't know what's real or what's not. Like, I'm looking at stuff, I'm like, this look like, I don't know, maybe AI created this. Like, it looks really cool, but I'm questioning some of the content that I'm
You mean
digesting.
that cat doing the sea walk?
Yeah, yes. It was not really happening, but it had me for like 10 seconds. I'm like, look at this cute cat. I wonder if my dog can do this. But no. But yeah, so let's jump into it.
All right. Well, you know, health. Obviously, one of our main focuses is health, mental health, physical health, emotional health, all that good kind of stuff. And as Shelley just said, you know, when you get up in the morning and you just dive in and start consuming, or whether it's later in the day, at night, whatever, all this stuff that you're consuming, how much of it is really real? How much do you believe? Because when it comes to health, people will tend, you know, there's stages. If you really don't have anything going on with you, then you're just kind of lightly looking and, okay, this and that and whatever. As you're a little bit more sicker or you've got some other things going on with you, now you get a little more serious.
Right.
Now you're looking for stuff, and now you're going to read the whole article now because it's like, oh, I wonder if this is for me.
And not only that, but when you're looking, I mean, it's an algorithm. Like they got the system set up perfectly. So whatever they see you clicking on or spending too much time, and I think with most social media pages, it's 3 seconds. If you're on a page for 3 seconds, they're like, oh, I think we got them. We think we got them. So if you stop on an ad for vitamins or biotin, or there's been a lot on protein drinks, and
tons of
just
protein.
like I have a lot of things that pop up about, you know, Ayurvedic medicine because that's what I do. But there's just a lot of things that pop up ornately because of what we're searching. Okay.
Right.
But then it comes down to when you're in the position where you're kind of not feeling well, it's flu season, so we're looking at things, or when we're starting being clinically diagnosed with something and we're actually looking for answers.
Right.
And then we get this page that says, hey, did you know fruit is bad for you? Water is bad for you. And everything causes cancer, and then you die. Like, WTF? Like, for real, dog? This is what we're doing.
Right. And, you know, to that point, you know, the miracle cures that are out there. Let's stop for a second. If there was a miracle cure for whatever, you think you'll find it on Instagram?
I was about to say, hell no. They are going to keep that under lock and key. I mean, we could talk about several doctors had mysteriously died that had the cure to cancer or had better ways of treating it, right? So they're not going to let that get out. So a lot of it is, you know, researching the resource, like where you got the information from, who curated that data, who researched it. And when you start deep digging, first of all, you got to have phone a friend, Okay. When I find something too good, I send it to my research person, my research team, Dr. Rich. And then he does a deep dive on it. And then we find out like, oh, this meat company owns this and owns that. And it's splinters, right? Because they have all these, what do you call it when they have all these subsidiary companies under shell companies? Yeah. It's three-card Monty with information.
That's all it is. That's all it is. And the thing is, a lot of people don't get into science and don't get into research. And I'm not saying that you have to, but there is a hurdle you need to get over, and that is fact-checking some stuff. Don't believe all this stuff that's out there. Dr. So-and-so said blah, 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 blah. Well, I could mail away tonight for a certificate that says I'm a doctor of whatever. Have it tomorrow, have it up on the wall here, make sure the camera's pointed towards it, and tell you anything. You got to fact check it.
Yeah.
You have to fact check it. And I'm not talking about spending a week checking it.
No, it's
fairly simple, actually. If you just Google it and look at who is presenting that information. If it's the Mayo Clinic, if it's the Cleveland Clinic, some of the top research places in the country.
John Hopkins, Harvard.
Yeah, Harvard, all those kind of places. Well, you can be reasonably assured that that's going to be pretty accurate. But if you got Billy Bob's clinic,
he's got on scrubs and a stethoscope around his neck and a really good ring light. And he's telling you right now that you can drink all the moringa in the world and you're going to be healthy as a horse.
That's right. And it's just, you got to check that. It can't be Billy Bob's and Uncle Fred and all this. No, it has to be a reputable place. And then, then you stand more of a chance of building your wealth of knowledge. 'Cause what you'll find out is the more research you do, smarter you're going to get.
Yep.
And you'll see things start to repeat themselves. Okay, I knew that. Now you're increasing your overall knowledge so that you can make a wise decision when you come across this stuff. Because there's all kinds of stuff out there. Oh my God, there's all kinds of stuff out there. And you have to be skeptical of things. Okay? Just don't take it for face value. I mean, I don't care who's saying it. I don't care if it's somebody in the family. Unless they're a licensed professional healthcare person, who knows where that comes from? Do you ask them that?
Or somebody
I heard.
Yeah.
You heard from who? And where did they hear it from?
I think for us, even when we're telling you things, we say, here, we're giving you this data. Now you go research it. And we want you to. We again, the theme is trust but verify. Like, I trust you, but let me do a deep dive. Maybe it's like the Bible. I'm gonna go there. It's the pastor's description or perception or understanding of what the word is, and then he passes it on to everybody else. You may read that because of where you are in life and read it completely different and get a completely different message. That doesn't mean it's wrong. It's just not necessarily right for you. It's the same thing with reading content online or via social media. Maybe for this one thing, it's okay to have ginger and turmeric and all of these things. But if you have wild inflammation, there's certain things that you want to stay away with because you don't want that acidity to kind of take over, right? So it's really understanding where you're at and just really, again, doing the research and finding out the key facts.
I saw a thing on the on Instagram the other day, and I won't.
Was it something I sent you?
No.
Oh, okay.
I won't mention the company, but they were talking about curing high blood pressure. Blood pressure, high blood pressure has been an issue in this country probably from its
1900s. Early 1900s.
And if you look at the history of it, really dig down into it, and I am getting to a point here. You look at what it used to be, And, 150, 155 over, say, 88, 90 used to be acceptable. And people are fine. Everybody dropping dead of a heart attack and heart disease and whatnot. Then you fast forward some years when especially big pharma started stepping into things. All of a sudden, that number started coming down. And they brought it all the way down to 120 over 80. Okay? 120 over 80. Just about 3 years ago, I think it was 4 years ago, they completed a big study and they increased it that it can be 140, as high as 140 over 85, was perfectly fine.
Mm.
It took just a matter of a few months. And Big Pharma came in and said, no, put it back down.
Yeah.
Because of all the blood pressure medication people were going off of.
Mm-hmm.
So money related. Okay. So that's a hot button with people, high blood pressure. Serious thing, but it's people's hot button and other folks know that. So rewind back to Instagram. And I see this guy talking about beets. Beets is great for the blood. It does this, it does that. True. Beets are good for the blood. But he was saying that, if you take this 2-3 times a day for at least 30 days, that, you won't have high blood pressure anymore. Well, number one, where are the facts
Where's
behind
the
all
data
this?
behind this? Like, wait, I just go eat this root,
Yeah.
and then I'm healed. In some situations,
Yeah. But
but
the thing he didn't mention is, do you know you can take too many beets
yeah.
and cause your own heart attack?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know that? Yeah, he didn't mention anything about that. He was acting like more is better, so just keep taking this stuff. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. And yet, 50% off and this and that. And all, I just kept reading. I'm like, okay, where's the real kick in all this? There was nothing. It was just a sale.
It
You
was
buy
a
this stuff.
snake oil salesman,
Yeah.
right? And I think one of the things, like if you guys are anything like me, is like, oh, okay, I have this thing, right? Let's say vitamin C. I'm low on vitamin C, or it's flu season. I'm just gonna double up, quadruple
More
up.
is better.
More is better. So we're just gonna do it and get it in my system, and then I will never get sick through the whole flu season. You can take too much vitamin C. You can drink too much alcohol. It's everything in moderation. Like we really want to stay we have our bodies in an alkaline, environment. But it's a little bit challenging to do when you over consume one particular herb or vitamin, or like it doesn't make sense. Like, I think I'm getting sick, I'm gonna do this, or I'm going out, so I'm gonna make sure I take a little bit of this. And it's just like all of these things we make up in our heads to say, if I take more, I'll be healthier. That is not the case.
No,
Even with the protein powders, creatine, maca. I know a lot of people are taking maca for testosterone and all these other things that we're doing. But again, I would say consult your doctor first before you start double dipping, okay? And trying to heal yourself and have all these muscles.
Blood test. Get your
blood test. Y'all
done.
playing. How many of y'all got it yet? Like, seriously, like you guys.
You're trying to treat something you don't even know what you have.
Yeah, you don't even know. Man, we say this just about every podcast episode. So one of y'all, if whoever did it, like message us immediately and I will send you a bottle of summer sauce, because I would be royally impressed that you guys actually did it and know your markers and where you're at, because you can't manage what you don't manage. Like if you can't understand what's going on in your body, this man with the scrubs and the stethoscope around his neck telling you to eat beets 3 times a day, it's not going to make no difference.
Right.
It might actually cause more problems because it has, we know it's got filler in it.
Right.
Okay, first and foremost. But it has all these things in it. Like, don't be so, okay, this is what I'll say. And then I'm going to let you go because I can see you looking at me like, Shelly, oh, here she go. Yes, here I go.
Go, just go.
You cannot be mad at the results you didn't get from the work you didn't do.
Ooh.
You have to do the work. You have to understand where you are in life, your body, right? Your finances, your marital status, your emotional state, all of these things you have to know before you fix them. You can't go in there with some duct tape and a freaking screwdriver like, no, I got this. I'm going to fix it. Well, what's broken? What are we doing? No wonder you bought them beats. No wonder you fell for that banana in the tailpipe. It's because it was easier than doing the goddamn work.
That's true. That's so true. They tell them.
I'm just saying. Let me say it louder for the people in the back. Get your blood work done.
That's it. You know, again, you've got to do the work. You've got to do the research. And I'm not asking you to get a PhD or anything. But if you got something, say you got high blood pressure, and you feel, well, maybe something's going on with my heart or whatnot, do not jump to Instagram, TikTok first to find out what you should do. The American Heart Association.
It's a website, .com, or is it .org?
.org.
.org. Okay.
Got all kinds of information on there. That has been research verified. Okay? Now, that's the stuff that you should be going to and looking at, because there's several of them. Whether it's cancer, you got the American Cancer Society, you got the Mental Health Society, you got all these different organizations that have put in the work or doing actual research to find out what can help with that particular condition. And you're not going to find that on social media.
Right. And they're held to a different standard. So if they come out with research and it's false, they are going to get sued. They're going to be some type of penalty, some type of financial burden that they're going to experience because they told a falsehood or they worded it wrong. Like, we have issues with wording things on the website like, hey, look, check your doctor. We have to put it in the fine print. Like, you have to, there's penalties behind giving false information. There's a billion people on social media. It's hard to hold people accountable for what they're saying or not saying, or their version of the truth. I'm not going to say everybody's out to get you and get you to buy their product, which I think it is. But, not every product is bad. There are some great products out there. However, you just need to know where you're at to make sure it's right for you. It's a great product for you. And that's going to require you to have the courage and the fortitude and just the energy to spend 10 minutes researching stuff and not just being so quick to be like, jump on the new bandwagon. Like, I'm going to do keto and I'm going to do, I'm going to be vegan and I'm going to do carnivore and I'm going to do, whatever it is you're deciding to do. Just make sure you're giving yourself that time and that grace to understand it. And then actually, when I go to a site, besides sending it to Rich and make him doing it, y'all, okay, I'm guilty. But what I'll do is I'll come up with I have to ask 3 questions to whatever site I'm on. I have to come up with 3 questions to know that I'm actually invested in it and I'm actually doing the work. Because sometimes I can go and I can read a whole bunch of words, right? Okay. Yeah, it looks legit. But what am I really looking for? Am I looking for when this content came out? What's the date on the copyright? Am I looking for who created this information?
Ding, 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 ding.
The who. Talk about that, boss. Go ahead. Tell them.
When I see something in social media that I want to, maybe it's piqued my interest for whatever reasons. One of the first things I want to do, I want to see who's talking. Okay. Number one, who's talking about this? And I will look that person up.
Yep.
And see, are you really a doctor? Are you really this? Are you really that? I'm trying to get some sort of information. I'll go on LinkedIn. I'll do all kinds of things to try and find this person to see if they are legit.
You're vetting them.
Yeah, exactly. And then once I do that, I go directly to the ingredients. What's in this stuff? Because if you've got something in there that is so great, so wonderful, you got a little ashwagandha in there. Well, it's the 15th ingredient, so that means it isn't doing nothing.
It's a thought of ashwagandha. It's not the real herb.
Yeah, exactly. And you got all these other fillers and all this other crap. No. You got to become a student of labels and reading them. Now, don't just stop at the ingredients. At least I don't. Okay. I'm going to look down. I'm going to see where it's manufactured. Yep. Is it manufactured in Oxnard, California, where so many of these things come out of?
Yeah.
And there's a reason for that. But the supplement capital of the world, a lot of garage work being done. Or, or is it from somewhere else? A friend of mine gave me, he's taking vitamin D. And he's like, hey, blah, 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 it doesn't seem to be moving my numbers. Oh, let me look at this bottle. Well, vitamin D is in there, okay? There's no K1, K2, nothing to help them absorb and
What you
work
need
well.
to help
Yeah,
absorb.
none of that in there, just vitamin D. So then I look down a little further and I see manufactured in China. Okay, manufactured in China. Now, I'm not going to jump on China right away, but we know that the GMP specs are not quite the same there as it is here. And then I like to look around the barcode because that's where they hide a lot of stuff around that barcode. And I saw that there were some man-made stuff that they put in there, bioengineered. Why do you have to bioengineer something to put in with vitamin D?
Yeah.
So, I got something that's manufactured outside of the country, which, I'm not going to have any control over. I've got ingredients in there that are bioengineered, so they were made in a lab.
Yeah. Strike
Okay.
two.
And I asked him, why would you buy this? And he told me because it's $3.95.
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
hold you back.
let me just say, you do get what you pay for. Okay. You want a good quality product, go to the pharmacy, get it yourself, or buy organic. You want good vitamins, do your research. Make sure they're not bioengineered. You don't need all these supplements. There are whole food, plant-based herbs and supplements that you can get. You're going to pay a little bit more for them, but it's like it's vanity metrics at this point. $3.99, man, boy, bye. Like, stop playing with us right now. You're taking up perfectly good airspace right now.
There's like 50 pills in there.
Like,
2 months worth.
What is that? They're like a nickel a piece? Like, not even. You better off with just prayer, homie. Like, let it go. Let it go. But all jokes aside, you get what you pay for. Like, don't be so quick to be like, oh, it's so expensive. Like, okay, then why is it so expensive? Or why is that other stuff so cheap? How about we ask the reverse question? And then maybe we'll figure out some things like me, anyways, I'm not going to go there because your friend going to be mad that I said, look, I'm sorry, friend. I didn't mean to go off on you.
Oh, I went off on them already.
Like, what are you doing? Like, are you, again, it goes back to vanity metrics. Like, I'm taking it. I'm taking vitamin D. I'm doing the workout. Like, but are you staying for the whole workout? Like, are you staying for the whole service? Like, did you get all of the word? Or you just there for like tithes and offering and you bounce? Like, you got to be accountable. Like, we all have to be accountable, and it's not always about the savings, the time. If you're taking something for your health, then that's pretty darn important. You should probably make sure it's the best thing that you can take, or don't take anything. I'm okay with prayer. Look, I'm good with prayer.
You can either pay me now or pay me later.
Pay me now or pay me later.
It's going to be one or the other.
Yes.
So, why
so pick your poison.
Yeah.
It's up to you.
Yep. Because I guarantee you it's going to cost a whole lot more down the road.
Not only that, but has anybody thought about like really being, and this is so sad to say, but have you thought about like really being a burden to somebody else? Because at the end of the day, the people that you live with, your spouse, your loved ones, your family, your support circle, those are the people that's going to be taking care of your ass because you decided, I'm going to just go ahead and party one more time. I'm going to just pay $3.99 for vitamin D. I'm just going to take all the herbs and I'm going to fix myself. Okay, y'all. But what about when all of that runs out and you did all of the wrong things because you didn't want to go get the blood work and figure out what's truly going on with you?
Right.
Like, get your report card. Like, you can't be scared of it. Like, face the music, figure out where you're at, and people will meet you where you are. But what you're doing to your loved ones is you're putting them in a position to where literally they're going to have to take care of you when you could have fixed it by doing the right things at the right time. You just playing ignorance is bliss and you rolling around here like you're going to be 25 forever. Let me tell you what. No, sir. It's not going to happen. And then you're like, I don't want to be a burden to my family. I'm going to keep all these secrets. And then next thing you know, we're all at the hospital or unfortunately having a meeting about what we're going to do. right? You got to move in with somebody. Somebody's got to clean your colostomy bag. Somebody's got to do this. And we're going to do it because we love you. But when you have some control over not doing that or pushing that date out as far as possible and going for a walk on your own and not needing assistance, like, why wouldn't you choose that? Like, own your shit. Own it. Like, we're only promised.
Haven't you learned from your car that you weren't taking it in for the oil changes and routine maintenance? Now the check engine light comes on.
Yep. That little tick, 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 tick. You hear, you just gonna turn the music up loud. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
And then what happens down the road if you don't take care of that? Okay. Don't treat yourself like some of you treat your automobile.
Right.
Because it's going to work the same way. You know, something's going to go wrong, and that's going to lead to something else, going to lead to something else when you could have prevented it
a
in the
long
beginning.
time ago, when it cost you a couple $100 and maybe a day. Now your whole
hope you got good health insurance.
Yeah. Which is all questionable.
It's a whole nother topic
like,
there.
Yeah.
You got to put in the work. Put in the work, doing a little bit of research, making sure that what you're taking is legit. And believe me, it is not that difficult. It really isn't that difficult. You know, I look at the manufacturer and then I say, who owns this company? And if I got to go down 4 or 5 owners and find out it's some investment firm or big pharma or a food company that owns it,
it's the data is skewed.
Yep.
That's at the end of the day, the data is skewed, and you have to like take away from what you can and figure out. Again, that's when you have a support system. Like, you guys can go Google your doctor, or you can go to ZocDocs. I do it all the time, and I'm like, this person is not working out for me. I don't feel like I'm getting the attention I need. So boom, you're fired. On to the next one. Like, you really need to treat yourself the way you treat your job or your children. Like, we show up to work, we do all the work, we do the research, we send the emails, we put together PowerPoint presentations, but when it comes to ourselves, we shy back and be like, I'm home, I hate my job, I'm gonna take off my hair, I'm gonna binge watch something on Netflix, and then I'm gonna power through my phone and I'm gonna doom scroll until I forget that my stomach was hurting and I have extreme gas. Like, yo, come on. Like, we're getting too old for this, and I mean that in the best way possible, not like old like decrepit, but like we know too much to keep the hiding from ourselves. And it's just, we all deserve better, and if you are in control even a little bit to be preventative, then we owe it to ourselves and to our family to do so. But it all starts with, you know, trust but verifying the thing. Rich named off like 15. We have a whole list of, can't see it, but we have a whole list of like different websites, which we'll put on the link for you guys. So we want to just be careful and of the data, who we're getting the data from, actually doing the research on those companies, reading labels to the best of our ability. You have Google, you could take a picture of it and upload it to Google. You don't even have to type it anymore. It's like super simple, and then figure out, you know, what that works. But
you can throw it into ChatGPT.
And try to break it down. Like,
break it down
so quickly. Like, we have resources, but we just need to use them for our own good, and not for like creating more useless content or just fun content.
And, you know, feel free to reach out to us. I mean, we've have so much knowledge. Now, we're not the experts in everything, but we've taken a lot of classes on a lot of different things. And we could help you with some of that. We could at least point you in the right direction, if nothing else. But feel free to reach out to us. And, you know, we're not afraid to do a little leg work for you. But it's important. It's important because you're important.
Absolutely.
Okay. And once you realize that you are important, then you'll start looking at things a little bit differently.
The whole reason why we created this particular channel is because we wanted to build a community of just like where we can just be a bunch of truth tellers, even though our truth can be, you know, skewed based on my experience. But it's my truth, and it's just so magical and miraculous. How many of us have the same story? We just walk in a different set of shoes and have a different, you know, skin on our body, but there's nothing new under the sun. So
Right.
we welcome you. Thank you for chiming in. Please stay, ask as many questions. If you don't want the world to know, you can just send a DM
Yep.
and we'll just
Yep.
answer a one-off. We'll keep your name. We change the names to protect the innocent, except for the person that paid $3.99 for some good dig.
Put your name all out there. No.
But yeah, this is why we created this community, is because it was just me, Rich, and his wife Kim. We were in this, trifecta of just sharing information, and we just decided, hey, like, we have all these certificates
Mhm.
and degrees and this knowledge and life experience. Let's share with the world. So that's
Exactly.
what we're doing. And again, thank you guys for chiming in. And we love to hear your feedback on what other topics you want. Otherwise, you're gonna sit here and watch us kiki about what's going on in our lives. You're gonna
Right.
hear
Right.
about his kids, my kids, jobs, work, and all of the real things that we deal with.
And with that,
We
peace
out.
out.
Bye.